finished. Something else I need to work on. Let's see if I can remember what it was. If we look under the oak items, you might be thinking, oh, I should go get the oak sieve because that's going to be one of the next quests. Hold off on that for a second. What you'll probably want to actually do is get an oak crucible. The oak crucible is that recipe. And I'm saying this because you want to kind of use up your any extra slabs you've got, and you'll want to make sure you actually have enough wood to deal with that. Let's also fix this while I'm at it, too. Oh, not that, though. Right, now they can see me. That just pissed them off. Yeah, cry all you want. Cry me a frickin' river. Oh, that's right, because I have not chopped down the tree out there yet, because I need a second whatchamacallit. Ah, that's okay. I can still take care. Or, nope. Actually, no, I can't. Easy fix. You can take out the bottom levels of those, and then what I can do is take that over here, pop that down. Let's see, we want to keep at least 2 away from the walls, and give me another one of those. I'm trying to use my bone meal sparingly, because I know with the way that I'm set up right now, I'm not getting a lot of bones. If I want to, I could very well police what's going on out there right after daybreak happens, and I might stand a good chance of being able to find the occasional bone and arrow from a skeleton. Not entirely likely, though. Oh, hey, look. The food has finished. This is going to heal me back up. Beautiful. Okay. Don't have to worry about that. Now, remember, this is 110. So you've got the hunger issues in play. Okay, we got that done. Let's look at other things that we can do. Our questing book. What do we have next on our survival list? Sieve, hammer, crook. Okay, well, I've got some wood, but I do need some additional wood. Oh, jeez, guys, come on. Loud as heck. This is the other reason why I like not combining, making the mattock for the combined shovel and axe. The hatchet does a wonderful job of breaking these quickly. Again, I'm not too worried right now about string, because in fact you may be thinking, oh, well, if you have string you can put together, make a wool, and get a bed, and then you can just sleep through all the mobs and everything. I've found that sleeping through the night actually hurts, because it doesn't really cool you off any at all, so there is that. You'll notice that on the mini-map, the problem I had with mobs showing up here last night, not going away, gone. So I am now very reasonably safe here. This is a little bit of a problem because it looks like they're hanging around the trench and not jumping out, but over time we're going to have enough sandstorms depositing stuff in there. I'm not too worried about it, so let's get another one of these. I am going to need that and that. The reason why I'm saying go for the oak barrel first is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the other reason why I like having cactus walls. That's going to turn into water, refill bottle, hydration problems non-existent. Haven't even used these guys yet. Haven't touched that. Haven't touched my last apple. Second night, actually no, this is the third night now going on. Doing pretty good, all things considered. Let's just fix that, please. It's getting a little on the annoying side. It's not much better, but... temperature. I'm cold, actually. That's really unusual for me. I actually was having heating problems, so... I'm feeling pretty darn good about that. If I really need to warm up, I can go back into the engine room and stand by the lava there. That will take care of it. The other thing I can make, now that I've got that barrel going, is let's get a... traditional oak, well, not the barrel, the the oak crucible, I should say. Let's get the oak barrel up and running, so now I can start doing some work over there. Don't have that many saplings to work with, so I really do need to think about that. But let's also make that hammer that it was looking for too. Well, I still have a little bit of wood left. If you have played Agrarian Skies or any of the mods that use an ex nihilo, you'll notice that with this you're getting a different tool out of it, wooden wrench. That is easily fixed by using this recipe. It's not exactly readily apparent that that's the recipe you're supposed to be using, so a little bit confusing. If I had any suggestions for the mod developer, I'd be saying that needs to be fixed in NEI to make that a little more apparent. I'm going to also go in and deal with, since I am quote-unquote stuck inside, or more accurately enough, willingly staying inside. Let's do this, and unfortunately there is no vein miner. You actually have to deal with all of this individually. Which is probably a good thing, because if you happen to accidentally vein mine the sand out there, that would have pretty... I would actually be a pretty quick way to dig a survival area, but you're also going to quickly find yourself in a very bad area of the world of hurt. When you can only have 4 hearts to survive a drop, that's not good. On the other hand, the sand you pick up, holy moly. That would be pretty nice to have. There we go. I'm still going to go ahead and gather the rest of that. Let's also refill our water bottle here. Get the next bit started. I'm a little paranoid when it comes to this sort of thing, and I need 10 over here to get that going, because I want another piece of grass out there. Daytime, tree is not grown. I'm down to 47 bone meal. Awesome. That is actually something a lot of veteran players curse. I welcome these trees. Yes, it is going to hurt in terms of saturation to take this thing down, but let me tell you, if I get a silkworm touched in this thing, I am going to have enough string for quite a while. Let's see what we can do here. All on that side. Let's see if we can get you to kind of come over this way. See spiders out there. Can I need to change journey map so I can actually... I want icons, thank you very much. Oh, that's why it set the small dots by default. That's a little bit of a problem. It's a bug in this version of journey map, unfortunately. They don't recognize the husks as a valid mob. You guys are still coming over this way. Let's actually think about developing a way out of the base here. And I say that because I really do need to be able to get in and out of the base at will. Now, I've found one way that kind of works for this, and it requires a lot of caution when you develop it, because these guys can and will still try to jump certain gaps, so there is that to consider. But if you do it just right, you can set it up in such a way that you're not going to have to worry. Let's see, I need to do it off of that side. Oh, hey, look, I just took him down. Awesome. I can set it like this, and then what I can do is do the trick where you stand on the half slab to be able to recover it. I want to aim to get the sand pillar actually over here. Then I have to be really kind of careful as I do this, because I don't want these guys to be able to kind of jump on it right away. Let's actually get out here. I am going to risk sprinting for this, because I want to get all this stuff before the sun despawns it, because natural food, and this is going to go towards getting me more dirt. Again, you've really got to watch what you're doing over here, because you can and very easily hurt yourself doing it. Okay, we're in good shape over there. Do I have anything? Any useful drops? Let's grab... Here's some bones. Bones. Hope we can get that before it despawns. Nice. Okay. More mob drops. Anything. I will take anything and everything. Let's see. Warming up. Don't want to do... Yeah, sun's still coming up. I don't want to overheat too much, so I can't spend too long out here. But now that I've got tools, that task is a little easier to accommodate. Everything is probably despawned at this point, unfortunately. But that's not too bad. I've gotten a reasonable... Oh, almost despawned. Can I get you? Yep. Alright, so... Here's the trick to this. We want to... Good, it's not too tall yet. The biggest problem you're going to have with this is at some point the mobs are going to be able to try to cross this. So what you kind of have to do is set up so they're not going to be able to do that. Really, it actually is that simple. So once I'm out there, I could leave any way out of this thing. I can at least get up to that hill, break the sand, get in, and replace it. They're not going to be able to come in that way. So we've secured our water. We're on day 5, I believe, at this point. Let's see what we've got. Do I have a day counter anywhere here? Probably not. That'd have been too easy. Exhaustion, nope. Level difficulty. It's saying day 2, which doesn't make any sense. We're on day 5, 4 or 5. It must be 4 or 5. We've got our base adequately defended. We've now got something I can go get some crooks on. Start taking down leaves. I can get my silkworms. That'll get me a ton of string if I let this thing go overnight. And I've got plenty of saplings that I feel comfortable doing that. Let's actually get inside and cool down a little bit. Much better. Kind of. It does seem a little... There we go. Now we're going down. That's what I want to see. Now, the one thing I would probably recommend doing is... Nemson put a crafting bench by the water. You could obviously also do that. I also put the... tend to put the... sieve down here, but it's kind of hit or miss on how well that works, because when stuff pops out of it, if you're not pulling it directly into your inventory, it can pop out onto the wing of your ship outside and you never even realize it. We're cooled down a little bit. That's good. Hydration, not going to worry about just yet. Food, we've got some extra jerky. Let's just get a little more going up. And dirt. There we go. Cool down a little more. Awesome. That's what I want to see. Nice low colored gray there. We've got our dirt, and at this point now I could even consider kind of starting to expand the tree farm out in this direction, because obviously I've got just enough extra sand here to consider it. And I only need to do it in small-ish doses. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the tree I would like to build would be here. And we'll build directly out from the wall. Basically, the sand is my second line of defense. So if anything does happen to spawn out here, I at least have some measure of defense. Even if the Enderman can tear it apart, it's still better than nothing at this point. So I need to clear a little more extra sand up. No bigs. I'm getting a lot of initial resource investment here, which is good. Getting some solid building blocks that I can use elsewhere. That's even better. And I've got something I can use there, so I'm not going up and down like that constantly. You're getting all of these replaceable sand layers. Use them. The more that you can... It's kind of like Agrarian Skies, where if you've played that and right off the bat, like on the big kind of... Sorry, thinking here of the number of layers I'm putting down. The big house that you have there that you can start on, and you see lots of people jumping around when they go on that map. That is using up your saturation, and it's even more important now in 110 to kind of keep that in a healthy state. You don't want to be burning through your saturation and having to constantly eat on food. So the less jumping you can do, the better off you are. And that is why I kind of tear apart the old ship as I go. There's all those useful wing pieces that can be good for that. And we're even going to reuse some of those here. Yeah, we can do this just to make it look a little better. Let's go for you. And perfect. Very nice. I can even make this just for the heck of it. Oh, I love this, that environmental sound where they do the leaf through the tree stuff. Rotate it around. Good. Now I've got a nice little platform to work here. I've got a ready supply of apples coming in. I've got some additional building blocks to work with. I'm in a relatively safe area. I have a way out. I have another way out. I have an inner line of defenses. I have the outer line of defenses. And I have water that I can generate easily from my own defenses out there just by cutting a few blocks out. And I've got the water that I need to stay cool inside the ship. All told, not too bad. And as I'm looking at this, I'm actually looking at 51 minutes of recording. And I didn't get started right away on playing, so I'm thinking this is pretty good for a setup. That should make this day 4, day 5 with certainty.